Hello, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to do a makeup look using this eyeshadow palette I purchased from Beauty Bliss, and this is the Revolution Reloaded eyeshadow palette. The pen size are surprisingly bigger than I thought, because looking at this from the website, it looks very dinky, but then the eyeshadow pens are pretty big. This is like a earthy green toned eyeshadow palette, which is very different from what I normally go for. So without further ado, let's hop right into the video. I am going to use this yellow concealer from AOA. This is actually a great eyeshadow base. It's quite thick, but it's very blendable and it makes the eyeshadows pop on top of it. The eyeshadow palette doesn't really have any beigey tone to set my eyes, so I'm going to use this yellow powder from the Wet n Wild contour palette. I actually don't know what I am going to do for the eyes, but I'm gravitated towards the mustard yellow shade and the greens in this palette, so maybe I'll create a makeup look around that. Swatching the eyeshadows, they actually look pretty good. They're very pigmented, they're not chalky, which I actually like, and they seem to be blendable. So I am going to start with this mustard yellow shade right here, and look at that pigment. To give a little bit of warmth to it, I am going to use this orangey shade right there on a smaller brush and focus that just underneath the transition shade. Now onto the green part. I am going to first dive into this shade right here with a smaller crease brush, and I want that to be straight directly onto the crease. And I am gonna go back to the orange shade to blend that a little bit. For the outer V, I am going to go and use this darker green and stamp that over here the inner part. And I am gonna go back to that mustard yellow shade to blend everything. And the orange shade. So now I am going to apply a little bit of this shade right here. I don't want to use the black, just on the outer V and a little bit in the inner corner. I am going to carve the lid, and I think I am going to use this green right here with a mixture of this white. This white actually comes off as pink, which is weird. So I am going to pick up the same brush. So it doesn't really show up as green as I hope it would. So I'm going to pop on a little bit of that white eyeshadow shade to create a iridescent. And I am going to take the green and blend the edges. So that's the eyes at the moment. So I went ahead and finished my face makeup off camera. I just applied foundation, powder, and concealer. So now what I'm going to do is to finish off my lower lash line. So I am going to pick up this orange shade right here on a smudger brush and apply that underneath the lower lash line. Now I'm going to apply this green shade right here with the same brush. For the outer V, I'm going to apply this darker green. And I'll go back with my blending brush to that yellow shade to just blend everything. For the highlight, I am going to go and put this shade right here and mix it with the shade. Apply some mascara. For contour and highlight, I am going to go and use this Wet n Wild contour kit. For blush today, I am going to use my Melba blush. For highlight today, I am going to try out this new Makeup Revolution highlight, and this one is the Vivid Baked Highlighter. This one is in the shade Peach Lights. This is actually my first time trying out a Makeup Revolution highlighter on the individual pan, because I have tried the collaboration with Soft Dust Nails, and it was amazing. So this is what the highlighter looks like. It has a lot of embossing to it, which is pretty nice. It's smooth, and that's what it looks like. So I am going to grab my fan brush. It has like a very pink iridescent to it, so this might not look good with the look, but it's really nice. This could be a great blush topper. I have two lipsticks from Makeup Revolution. One is in a rose gold glittery packaging, and this one is in the shade Stiletto, and this is just your brown nude, which is so pretty. So that's what it looks like right there. It pulls off a little bit of like a peachy tone against my skin tone. And the other lipstick that I have is this one right here. So this one comes in like a silver glittery bullet, and this one is called Disobey, and this is a nice red orange lipstick. Actually, it looks neon on my skin tone. So we're going to try this lipstick right here. I know for a fact that this won't go with the look, but we're just going to try what it will look like. Oh, that's very pigmented. So this is what Obey looks like. Obviously, it doesn't go with the look, but the lipstick itself is very pigmented. I am going to put on Stiletto, which will go great with this makeup look. This one is not as creamy as Disobey. It definitely has a little bit of tug on my lip. The color is My Lips but better, which is good. This one feels a little bit more waxy. Ooh, before I forget, I need to highlight my brow bone, and we're going to use this highlighter right here. Here is my final look. Overall, my thoughts on this eyeshadow palette. This is actually a great, very affordable eyeshadow palette. The mattes in here are very blendable, as you can see. They're actually quite visible. They didn't turn muddy. The only problem that I have in this palette right here is that this white eyeshadow shade right here is very deceiving. If you look at it from the pan, it looks white, but when you swatch it, it has that pink iridescent to it. This glittery green right here, it looks very pretty from the pan, but when you actually swatch it, it doesn't come off as pretty as what it looks like in the pan, and it's kind of hard to pack onto the lids as well. I feel like this is more of a soft pressed glitter. This bronzy shade right here is actually fairly decent. Out of all the three shimmer shades, this is actually the most blendable, the most smooth eyeshadow shade from the three shimmers, but all the mattes are very blendable. Like, I love these green shades right here, and the yellow and the orange, like this mustard yellow and this neutral orange is great. Like, you could see on my eyes a little bit. For the highlight, this is actually a great highlighter. It doesn't look glittery at all. In fact, it looks a little bit wet, but the only thing that kind of puts me off is the color, because it pulls off a very strong peachy highlight, which I'm not really into. As for the lipsticks, these are great. They only cost $8 New Zealand. The formula of the brightest shade, which is Disobey, is a lot better from the neutral. Both of them smell like crayons. The nude shade is a little bit waxy, so just be careful about that. But then again, it is a nice brown nude that will definitely go with a lot of makeup looks. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel for more updates, and I will catch you on my next video. Bye!